Hey, I'm back. This is Chandler for Melder Production, and today I'm going to show you how you can use MCompare to kind of refine your signal chain. I know if you're like me, sometimes you start putting lots of effects on there and you want to be subtle, but then after you're done, you're thinking like, do I really need this effect on there, or is this doing something or not? And so we can use MCompare to kind of see what each effect is doing and if we should take it off or not. Of course, you can use this for a whole song, but today I'm going to show it for guitar and show how you can kind of audition each individual effect and decide if it's helping or hurting your sound. So let's get started. I have MCompare here right before the limiter, but you don't have to put it here. Like I said, you could put it on the same track if you wanted. I'll let you hear this guitar sound. I have Guitar Architect here. I have the reverb off actually, but I'm just using this new amp that I've been working on, this cabinet here with these settings. I'm going into Matcher here with this Epiphone Regent here. I actually have this after Guitar Architect. Usually I wouldn't do this at all. I always put Matcher before, but in this case it doesn't really matter because I'm using a clean sound, so it's not going to be too different. After that, I'm going into Turbo Comp here with Melody 1176 on it. And finally, it's Delay MB using this short doubler on here. Now, all together, it sounds like this. Okay, so there you have it. Now I can take all of these off, or most of them off like this, and hear it. But each time I have to click on these, it takes time and your ears kind of reset in between that, and we don't really want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these MCompares. I'm just going to drag it over here, and it duplicates it. So this MCompare I'm going to open. I'm going to go to Generate Source, click Listening, and I'm going to have this as Source 1. Now, depending on your DAW and how you do this, you can do it lots of different ways, but in Reaper, I can just click Control, drag it again, and now I have a second one. The second one I'm going to put after Matcher, and I'm just going to have this as Source 2. The next one, I'll do the same thing, Control, drag here. This one, I'll label Source 3. And Source 4 I don't really need because that's going out of there. So I have 1, 2, and 3. Now here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. If I could just ignore the fourth one, which normally I would, but if you want to know like how do I get rid of that, you see here it has slots. Just move this down to 3. Okay. Now I can hit detect here, and it'll kind of analyze the audio. Actually, not much to analyze because I'm not playing anything. Yeah. Silent. Okay, so don't do that because I haven't played anything. I need something playing here. If I play it now. And this is this slot here. So all it's doing is it's going from Guitar Architect to MCompare out here. So it's not getting into the Matcher, Turbo Comp, or Delay. And this can be kind of confusing, like what is going on here. So what we can do is just label this. We can call this Guitar Architect only. I can label this MGA plus Matcher. And I can label this MGA plus Matcher plus M Turbo Comp. And then if I just turn everything off, it's going to have the delay on there as well. So now we can flip through those as we play and listen to them like this. This is everything on. And so there you can quickly go through and see which one is doing what. And if you think like, you know what? I actually liked this one, MGA plus M-Matcher best. I thought this one with M Turbo Comp maybe is too dark, so maybe I just take that off. And you can adjust your chain that way and see if you're kind of wasting your time or wasting CPU by putting effects on there that you don't really need. Another thing that this is useful for is sometimes you might get fooled by the loudness. So here we can go in and use the set feature and get them all to similar volumes. And of course you can do it manually too. Of course, because of things like compressors, you're never going to get exactly perfect, but this should get you in the ballpark and closer, because I know sometimes here I tried to match them closely, but if you're actually mixing, sometimes you will like turn something up with lots of EQ or a lot of compression or something, and that's where things can kind of go wrong. You're like, you know what? I like that compressor just because it made things louder. So by doing this, you kind of give yourself a fresh ear, I guess, and you don't have to worry about that without messing up your settings that you work so hard to set in here, or probably in here actually, like that. And finally, two other things you can do is you see here at the top mid, side, left, right. We can listen to them in this way too. The left, right probably is not so different, but sometimes the side will make a difference here. There's not too much side information here, so maybe it's not so interesting. So for this, only when I have on the delay are we getting stereo information. That's why when I play any of these with the side, you're not hearing anything. But when I turn all of these off and I just play through here with the delay on, you can actually hear the side signal like this. But that's completely dependent on your source. If your source is stereo, then you'll be able to compare them. And then this difference is basically comparing one of these to the whole signal, and you can hear the differences. Because this has delay on it, it's not so good. But if you had something like, let's say you're EQing something, you can actually hear what's being taken out by the EQ, which can be useful. And here in the filter, if you just want to hear the high end or the low end, you can use these. So if I want to really focus on the high end, I can listen like this. So I can hear that, and I think, oh, actually, after Matcher, I appreciate Matcher is really improving the high end. It's a little bit too harsh without it. And you can do the same thing for the lows, which probably is not so useful here, but let's just listen. So I oftentimes use that if I just want to focus in on certain areas. You can even use them together. So if I thought like, you know what, let's just listen to the mid-range of these instruments here like this. And finally, we can look over at the sides here, and we can look at the width, stereo information, etc. Now it's just on the output, so you can see how loud it is. But you can also check stereo like this. The loudness, so how loud it is. So this is weighted by human hearing. And finally, the crest factor. So this tells you how dynamic your signal is. And by using all these things, you can monitor your whole signal chain and find out, am I really doing something? Is this worth spinning this extra CPU on my computer to add this effect? Or am I just kind of wasting my time and mixing in circles? And like I said, I have it here at the end on my mix bus, but you could put this at the end of a signal chain on this same track and then move between these and use it in the context of a song and listen like, okay, what is the best signal chain for me to use? So hopefully that gave you some ideas of things you can do and different ways to use MCompare. MCompare, I think, is one of the most useful plugins. It's not so flashy. It doesn't like automatically make your mixes sound better, but it can really just help you listen and improve your sound. So hopefully you found this interesting and useful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Leave me any questions or comments down below, and be sure to check out all the other plugins at meldaproduction.com. Till next time, see you.